Joining us now on the hotline, Evan Rosenblum, TMZ Sports executive producer, friend of the show. And Evan, thanks so much. I know you've had a really busy day and what's been going on since you released the Kareem Hunt video online. And I want to just say this because this is where I get to from the beginning of this, is that we know that it was hard to get the release of this video from the hotel to police for the NFL to see it. And my defense is that, so they couldn't see it, but TMZ's got it, so okay.
Yeah, I mean, we're good at this kind of stuff, I guess. I mean, we're proven on multiple occasions that we're better than the NFL at getting videos when it comes to domestic violence or man-on-woman crime. That's for sure. But you know, based on what we know so far, the NFL, it seems, in this situation, made a real legitimate effort. They say that they contacted the police, and the police wouldn't release the video. They contacted the hotel, and the hotel wouldn't release the video. They contacted the victim wouldn't talk. So, you know, at a point, what do you want the NFL to do? It's like they're going through all of the channels, and if no one wants to play ball with them, their hands are kind of tied to a point. So I kind of understand the NFL's frustration on this one, and it's hard to really go after them here.
Well, no, the thing is, it's not about seeing the video. I understand that part of it, but about finding out what was on it. That's something the NFL could have. I get if league we don't see it and all, but finding out what was on it and then saying, okay, let's have a better investigation than just talking to Kareem Hunt.
Right. Well, I mean, to your point on that, what we did months ago, a lot of people think that the body cam footage that you see in the post that we put up earlier, that came out today. That's not true. The body cam stuff where you see the police speaking with Kareem Hunt, speaking with his friends, and speaking with the victim. We posted that on our website a couple of months ago. And there's like 45 to I think an hour and a half of video of cops talking to people. And if the NFL would have looked at that video, to me, that shows that this wasn't just two people having an argument. You had a cop going up to the woman and hearing her side of the story, going up to her friends, several witnesses, and hearing that. There are other people in the hotel who said that there was a fight. Even Kareem's people who were talking to cops were acknowledging there was a physical incident. So if you're the NFL at that point, you got to watch the whole video and listen to what everyone is saying. And to me, there's enough there in the police video, which was publicly released a couple of months ago, to at the very least take some kind of disciplinary action against Kareem Hunt.
Yeah, I guess that's the hard part, as we've been talking about it a little bit, Evan. The idea from the NFL, once they're stonewalled from receiving the tape, how much they pursue in terms of, you know, just ferreting around the business, the building, right, to get someone to talk a little bit. I would assume in their business they move on. All right, this is what's on the file, and we go back to work.
But again, all of that is on the. All TMZ did for the first video, not the surveillance video, was we just made a formal request to the police, and they gave us all the body cam stuff with the statements from everybody involved and the witnesses. So if they really wanted, I mean, they had that. Based on that alone, I think at the very there should have been some disciplinary action, but that's just my opinion.
Well, as you've seen, the commissioner is kind of turtled for a while here. He's kind of disappeared in terms of any of these kind of actions.
Yeah, I mean, and now you have the team taking a strong stance, you know, cutting him. They cut Kareem Hunt. I did not see that coming at all. It's just a matter of time, I think, until another team picks him up. He's 23 years old, and he was the rushing leader last year. I don't think he's going away anytime soon, but it's going to be interesting to see which team decides to take a chance on him and what his PR team is going to do to try to get him back in, I guess, the good graces of the public. That is a hell of a job for any PR agency, any crisis manager. How do you fix Kareem Hunt? And to me, that's going to be an interesting part of the story, too.
Evan, do you have a relationship with the NFL, like whether it was Ray Rice or videos like this that come up? Do they call you, they talk to you about how you obtain the video or seeing stuff, any kind of that stuff?
Yeah, we actually have a pretty good relationship with the NFL despite all of this. We have people there that we get along with great, and we called them before we put the story up to give them an opportunity to comment, as we do with all of the stories that we break. We always try to get comments from all of the different sides, and and Ray Rice, shockingly, we have a great relationship with Ray Rice. I mean, we ever since we broke that story, we've had, some people can be like, oh, you guys ruined my life or whatever, but he's actually not only owned up to what he did and doesn't blame anyone else, he's actually been working with us to, when it comes to public speaking, when he talks to the youth, he wants to get his message out. Him and Larry Johnson, of all people. Remember Larry Johnson, the former Chiefs running back, was involved in several domestic violence incidents during his career. He came out and spoke out against Kareem Hunt today and said, I can't believe you didn't learn from my mistakes. He now speaks to youth groups and athletes and tries to get them to learn from all of the things that he did wrong when he was playing.
Executive producer at TMZ, Evan Rosenblum, on the hotline with us, the Jason Smith Show with Mike Harmon here from the Geico Fox Sports Radio studios. You can follow Evan and all of the timeline related to this and everything else they do over at TMZ, at EvanTMZ. So as we go through these processes, Evan, you know, we look at the NFL on one side, and for you guys, for Jason and I, it's just the amazing, all right, how does this stuff start to trail into you? Is there just some inbox, hey, we've got hot tips? Or is this someone, you know, coming in clandestine overnight saying, hey, look what I found?
I mean, I can't really talk specifically, but I can talk
just just general process, Evan.
Yeah, I mean, look, sometimes we get stuff from the tip box. That's big. Other times, we have our reporters are really good reporters who make contacts. This isn't a story we just picked up today with
Kareem Hunt.
Sure. We've been working this story for a long time, and we've made some really good sources on this story. We've been covering this for a long time. And Ray Rice, same thing. That was the result of a lot of work into that story. But, look, sometimes people are just like, hey, here's what I've got. Other times people lead us to other stories, just like any other news organization. But people know, look, it helps us that people know that we are in the market for videos. A lot of other news organizations will say, oh, well, we don't pay for videos. We do pay for video because we're under the mindset that if you have a video that's real and we can authenticate, we can vet, we can make sure that it's legitimate and all that stuff, we feel that there's value in it and people should be paid for it. So we'll buy your video if you have a video of something that's interesting and newsworthy.
You can follow him on Twitter at EvanTMZ. That's at EvanTMZ, executive producer at TMZ Sports, Evan Rosenblum. Evan, I know it's been a long day. Thanks so much for stopping by as always. We'll talk to you soon.
I appreciate it. Good talking to you guys.
Take care, Evan.